Wow. That's all we can say right here, man. Wow. But let's play some music as we wait for some people to jump in on this impromptu live. Not planned, but man, oh man. Impromptu live here, folks. I did not plan this. In fact, what I was planning to do was give you a video that I don't know would have probably ruffled some feathers, and I'm still gonna do it because that's what I do. But man, this popped up literally. I mean, 8 minutes ago. This was I mean, we refresh it. It might be 9 minutes ago now. I got this sent to me literally 4 minutes ago. I was like, oh, forget it. I'm just gonna jump in and do a live on this thing because this is bad. I know last night I joked a little bit about Colson. I didn't think she blew her knee out. I mean, I was wrong. I thought it was something else, but realistically, the injury that's catastrophic is really Aaron McDonald. Aaron McDonald being out for the season, ruled out for the season now. Sydney Colson left ACL tear. Aaron McDonald broken bone in her foot, in her right foot. Will both miss the remainder of the season after suffering injuries during our game in Phoenix on Thursday. Let's talk about this, man. Welcome aboard to everyone that's in this chat. I know this is impromptu. I think I got to get Nick a uniform so he can go play for the Indiana Fever and play point guard. But Caitlin Clark will play tomorrow. Mark it down. Caitlin Clark is going to play tomorrow. If I'm wrong, I will stand on that shit and say I was wrong. But I don't see any other options at this point. She's ready to play. I just think they're being very, very careful, as they should. But they're not going to win games without Aaron. They weren't going to win games without Caitlin until Aaron McDonald showed up. They're not going to win games now. They don't have a starter. They don't have a starter, a second stringer, a third stringer. Kelsey Mitchell can barely handle the ball. Sophie Cunningham is not a ball handler. We already know that Lexi Hull can't dribble. I mean, is there a possibility of finding a point guard today that can play tomorrow? I know people are going to sit here and tell me, "Oh no, you can't do it now." It's funny. It's funny though. When I was saying sit Caitlin Clark out early this year and sit her out and let her rest, I had so many people argue with me and say, "No, no, no, she's fine. No, she can play." No, I said sit her out then. Now it's sit her out, sit her out, sit her out. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. Sydney Colson getting injured, I don't think has a massive impact. It only has an impact because Aari McDonald also is injured. This is a mess. This is a serious mess. This team, I'm still doing the video I planned, and you're gonna enjoy it. Some of you will love it. Some of you will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna unsubscribe again." But you know what? I whatever, man. I feel bad for McDonald. McDonald's obviously is someone who jumped on board and got the opportunity and was performing for the most part pretty well. Aaron McDonald was a large part of the reason that the Fever have won games because she actually was able to control some tempo and pace and is a pretty solid backup point guard. I don't think Colson's worth much of anything as a point guard, but that is the story right now. Sydney Colson and Aaron McDonald both out now. The Fever have to make some decisions. They have to decide if they are going to run without a point guard tomorrow and trust their point duties to Kelsey Mitchell, because that's really who you're looking at. And then you're going to see Stephanie White give you this brilliant idea that she'll probably take Sophie Cunningham off the bench and put Lexi Hull in the starting lineup because she's going to need Sophie Cunningham to play backup point guard. Thank you all for jumping on this quick live here. Yeah, Lexi Hull with a triple double. Yeah, missed triple double of missed threes, turnovers. Yeah, they can't do anything else because she's not going to grab. I mean, missed threes and turnovers. Okay. this is. I'm not going to be dealing with the Lexi confidence thing anymore. I don't care anymore. Y'all are all bugging, and I'm people who say that are bugging. You don't know basketball. You're sitting here talking about someone destroyed someone's confidence. She was already shooting like shit before when she was still starting. It had nothing to do with anything. And I'm not going there right now. I got a video separate just for that. That's what I got a video for, just for that. I don't know what you do at this point. I don't know what the direction is. Are there any point guards out there available? Do they have the ability to sign another player? Are they stuck because of their contracts? Again, this is WNBA knowledge. Yeah, I've been watching basketball since Jordan 2, and Lexi Hull sucks. We're not gonna go in this. This is not the video for Lexi Hull reality checks. She sucks. She sucks, and she sucks. Is that better? Okay, gotcha. Maybe they should have traded for JC Sheldon. Maybe they should have dumped off Damaris Dantas and gotten JC Sheldon. But I think Caitlin Clark comes back tomorrow. I'm of the belief that they don't have much of an option at this point. If you can think of any point guards that are sitting out there in the ether and available to come show up tomorrow and not be completely atrocious, Kelsey Mitchell ain't a point guard, man. Kelsey's not a point guard. Sophie ain't a point guard. Lexi can't dribble the ball 3 feet down the floor without fumbling it off her leg. So, I think what changed Semper Fi is that if Odyssey Sims is available, I'd be looking at her. That's a good one right there, David Allman. If Odyssey Sims is available, that's a phone call you're making. Sheldon is not the same player as Lexi. Fuck out of here. Sheldon will take fucking Lexi's cookies. Yeah, the possibility of Caitlin. Caitlin's been available to play. She's just been held out. She's been held out for safety purposes. You know, she's been held out for safety purposes. And yeah, that's really why I think she's been held out. She's been held out because they want to make sure. They want to make sure, but because they didn't make sure the first 2 times or 3 times, and now on the 4th go around they want to make sure, but now they don't have a point guard. I do think that Odyssey Sims, if she's available, would be a great option. Would be a great option, honestly. That y'all brought that up. I mean, they're not bringing Kennedy Carter in here. I would love Kennedy Carter. I would absolutely love Kennedy Carter, but they're not doing that. And so, yeah, this is obviously a massive blow, a massive negative, a massive issue. This team is coming off of getting the shit kicked out of it the last 2 games. The doors beaten off of them yesterday. by 35, despite the fact that homegirl Stephanie White is so incredibly pleased, so incredibly proud, and so incredibly happy about the execution of the Indiana Fever yesterday because they stuck together in the huddle and they executed on both sides of the ball despite losing by 35 points. Apparently, you know, she has now let's see what happens with her coaching if Caitlin Clark does not play, if they cannot find someone to step in to play tomorrow who can just run off the court, run off the street. Can they find someone? If they can't do that, then if they can't do that, I don't know. I don't. If they can't do that, who the hell runs point? I guess the reality is then you're running it with Kelsey Mitchell. And Aaliyah Boston might be your backup point guard. I have no idea. This is probably the worst possible scenario that could have ever happened for this team. You thought it was bad when Caitlin was out, and now you don't have a backup or a third stringer. Now you have nothing. You got nothing. This I've not ever seen in any level of basketball 3 point guards out at once. If any of you have, shit. Let me know, remind me because I don't remember the last time. I can't remember a time where there were 3 point guards on one team out for a forget a WNBA team, an NBA team, hell, a college team. Can't remember one. I don't. The problem with the hardship players, you still got to cut that player. So now you don't, but you still won't have a backup. Appreciate you, Paula. Thank you very much. You don't have a backup. You can go. I presume you can sign a hardship player, but I'm not sure. It's the roster numbers. They have to have less than 10 players available on the roster. So yeah, I guess they would have 9, but you would have to cut that player when Caitlin Clark comes back. So you still wouldn't have a backup point guard. Apparently, Aari McDonald hurt her foot and broke a bone in her right foot. I don't know how it happened. I don't know. They said in the third or fourth quarter. I didn't see it. Maybe because the game was so bad, it was kind of hard to watch. So we all, as I think mentally, most of us kind of checked out, even though the game was on the screen. It really wasn't one that we were paying attention to. But that's obviously a really difficult situation. you know, very, very difficult situation here. I think they're going to try to force CC back tomorrow. I genuinely do. I genuinely think they're going to try to bring Caitlin Clark back tomorrow and do exactly the opposite. And you want to know what that means if they do that? You want to know what that means if they do that, people? That means that they ain't fucking they're not a professionally run franchise. Real talk. Because you cannot adjust the health of your star because you lost something else. You cannot adjust the health of your star because you lost something else. You have to, yeah, it was posted by the Indiana Fever like probably 15 minutes ago now, 20 minutes ago. It was posted 20 minutes ago that they are out. So you can't you cannot change what you were planning based on your star. Yeah, I guess you can get a hardship contract means you can sign somebody, but the second you come back to the right number, they got to cut that person. You got to cut that person. So you can sign them to that hardship deal. That player will not be here in 2 weeks. There will still be a void at backup point guard. There's going to be a void at backup point guard. So you have to figure out who else are you going to finally cut to get a backup point guard in here. The better option is not a hardship. The better option is you finally cut Bree Turner and you sign a backup point guard. and then she's your backup whenever or if ever Caitlin Clark comes back. It is catastrophic. It's catastrophic. Yes, it's a catastrophic situation when you don't have a point guard. Yes, I don't give a darn what your situation is. They are still a team that's in the middle of the playoff hunt. It's a catastrophic situation. They were literally a half a game from the 2 seed or the 3 seed just a week ago. Just a week ago, they were a half a game from the 2 seed. So yeah, it is a very unfortunate, irritating, difficult situation for this team to have to deal with. Man, when have they practiced, Semper Fi? Here's the question I have. When have they practiced? They've been on the road. They've been on the road. They have not practiced. I don't think there's been no reports that she's been practicing that I've seen. Not real practices. That's not what they wanted her to have practice, not walkthroughs, not whatever. They haven't practiced on this road trip. They're tired. Remember what Aaliyah Boston said? They're very, very tired. They need a nap. They're exhausted. They need rest. Mind you, they're a week after the All-Star game and they're still tired. So I mean, hey, you tell me. You tell me. Because this is an obviously unfortunate headache of a situation. And I don't know at this point what you do. I don't have the answer. This is one thing I don't have the answer. I have had a groin injury, and I agree it takes forever to heal, and that's big. The biggest problem is, well, Kenny D. That's why that's the thing. They brought her back the first time too soon. I said they brought her back too soon, and instead of holding her out, now that they brought her back too soon. Now they want to act like they give a shit. They've had her. They've been parading her around the WNBA on this road trip like a fucking circus monkey and having her sign autographs and no rest and no rehab. You don't get rehab in fucking hotel gyms. You don't get rehab in hotel gyms. You don't get rehab on airplanes. You don't get rehab doing things that they've been doing. You don't get that. So you don't get any of that. But they've been doing that. So and you can look up anything. Air travel does not help injuries heal. Air travel does not help injuries heal. And for those people who said, "Oh, when she went an hour, it's only an hour-long flight." Well, the flight from Indiana to Seattle is not an hour-long flight. Not an hour-long flight. Not an hour-long flight. The plan was August 22nd, based on the reports of Holly Rowe a few weeks back. That was the seemingly the plan. They never said it. Holly Rowe deduced that probably. Oh, they don't practice. What do you think they're doing? Are you comparing these women to Kobe Bryant, my guy? Yeah, we are you comparing these broads to Kobe Bryant? They don't practice. They played on Tuesday. They traveled Tuesday night, got to freaking LA. They're there Wednesday. They played Thursday. They're traveling back. They traveled probably last night. They're back home. Do you think they practiced on Wednesday or hell? They played Sunday, so Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. You think they practiced on Monday or Wednesday or Friday or today? Nah. Maybe walkthrough level stuff, but not real practice. Kobe was a monster, and I agree with you. They should still be practicing, but they're also very, very, sensitive. I agree with you, man. I had a groin injury in high school. It hurt like shit. It was a nagging. It nagged. You can't come back too fast. And they did that shit multiple times with her. Multiple times for her. So they have to decide right now what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do. But they've been no. I agree with you. I understand you're not. Yeah, the NBA players today don't do what Kobe did. These guys, the NBA guys are asking why they should play hard. I mean, literally on camera asking why should I play hard? Because you get paid. They don't practice. This team doesn't practice at all. At one point, she said they hadn't practiced in like 13 straight days. They might do some shoot arounds and walkthroughs, but they're not having practice. And they should have practice. They should have practice. And that's the unfortunate thing because they have created a culture of laziness. They don't practice. Their culture of laziness is the problem. Their culture of not doing shit is the problem. And now you sit here and you're looking at a situation in which you've now dropped, now you have 3 missing point guards. I mean, I don't know what you do. I really don't. I mean, I'm just being real. I'm just being real. I don't know what you do at this point. I do feel very bad for this. I do feel bad for Aari McDonald. Sydney Colson, I couldn't care less. I'll be real. I couldn't care less. Aari McDonald, Sydney Colson couldn't care less. That was the worst signing ever. Eric McDonald, I feel terrible for because she just to get back into the league. Yes, it is true. UTV Falls God, they are both out for the season, ruled out for the season today. Both out for the year. Broken foot, Aaron McDonald, torn ACL, Sydney Colson. Obviously, difficult situation. I feel Aaron McDonald had to fight to get back in the league. She was doing a fairly good job. I know I critique her shooting the ball. I don't think that she should shoot. There's not shooting the ball and being a good point guard. Two different things. Two very, very different things. And yeah, obviously a shitty deal for her. Shitty deal for her. Don't know when the injury happened. That's the thing. I don't even know when the injury happened. That's what's crazy. I don't even know when it happened. I don't know. Does anyone remember when it happened? Because I have no idea. I'm bogus for saying what about Colson? That she sucks? That she's not any good? She sucks. That injury her being injured does nothing. The only reason it matters is because Aari McDonald got hurt too. If Aari McDonald don't get hurt, this Sydney Colson shit don't mean nothing. Shit don't mean nothing. Shit don't mean nothing. They signed Colson because they were stupid. They signed Colson because they were stupid. Because that was a stupid decision. It was a stupid decision then. It was a stupid decision now. It's always been a stupid decision. She's not even a backup level point guard. She's not even a backup level point guard. If someone attacks your teammate, you don't just let it go. You put in your bench player. I agree. I don't disagree. I don't think Aari's a scrub. I don't think Aari McDonald's a scrub at all. I think she has a role. She has a purpose. But if you think I have a problem for saying something about Colson, I think Colson sucks. She got hurt. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for her that she got hurt. Her injury means nothing to this team, other than the fact that Aaron McDonald got hurt too. If McDonald doesn't get hurt, Colson's injury means shit. So she's a comedian. I guess she hurt her funny bone. Feel bad for her. Feel bad for her. But I don't feel bad for her for purposes of the team. I feel bad for her for purposes of it sucks to have get your knee hurt. If Aari wasn't hurt, this shit with Colson doesn't mean shit. But guess what? If Aari is hurt and Colson's your starting point guard, you're not winning games. You're not winning games. We had that experiment beginning of the season. They're not going to win games. Aari McDonald and Sophie Cunningham are largely the reason that this team has turned it around without Caitlin Clark. She's a point joke, not a point guard. I would have kept Erica Wheeler certainly over Sydney Colson. It was easy to make that decision. That was an easy call. Both are out. Like, think about this. Go look at y'all really don't know. You want to really look at Sydney Colson's statistics? I'm glad you brought this up, Nick. You want to go look at Sydney? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this here. Because Sydney Colson statistically, she never played. She never played. And all of a sudden, she gets signed by the Indiana Fever, and people think, oh my God, she's some incredible backup point guard. I need y'all to see his statistics. Here you go. I'm going to give this to you because, you know, you want to know, I presume, and you want me to prove it because I'm good at proving shit. Take a look at Sydney Colson's career. Sydney Colson's career. Let's do this right here. Minutes played, 5.4. She didn't play for 3 seasons in the WNBA. 15.9, she started 5 games. 16.9, she started 0 games. 11.6, she started 4 games. Then she was on the team. She played 2 games. Either she got cut or she got hurt. 33 games, 11.5 minutes, 0 minutes, 0 starts. 17 games, 0 starts, 6.5. Now we have reality. 6.8, 4.8, 8.0. She is playing the most minutes that she has played since 2016. 2016. And this is the player that they decided to sign as their backup point guard. She's shooting 34.2%. Only 2022 was worse. Prior to that, 2017, she shoots 27% from 3. This is not an NBA player. This would not be a G League level player for the. I mean, this is a person that doesn't belong. Shouldn't be playing professional basketball. And they signed her as their backup point guard. Let's see, where are the points per game? Let's see if we find this here. Points per game. Career. Look at 1.4, 3.5, 5.1, 2.9, 3.5, 3.3, 1.8, 1.6, 1. She sucks, dude. She was terrible. So, no, her injury don't mean dick. Only because McDonald got hurt, and even then, they weren't going to win games if she was playing point. I don't even know. I haven't looked up her plus minus. They should cut Bree Turner and sign a point guard. Fuck the hardship thing. They need a backup point guard because they don't have one, and you need to do it today. You need to do it today. You need to do it today. Today. How would she stay in the league? I don't know, Jetsons. What do you think? The class clown? The class clown? That's all I mean, class clown. That's about it. She's a clown. Someone put up Odyssey Sims. That's a good one, actually. I like Odyssey Sims. I'm talking about Sydney Colson, class clown. These are Sydney Colson's numbers. She's the girl started 16 games in her entire WNBA career. And they thought, you want to compare somebody to her? Let's take a look at Erica Wheeler. Let's go look at Erica Wheeler's numbers. Let's look at Erica Wheeler. Erica Wheeler this year is averaging 11.2, 3.1, and 3.8 assists on 41% shooting and 36% from 3, 86 from the line. Erica Wheeler, for her career, is a different player than Sydney Colson. 25 starts, 26 starts, 22 starts, 34 starts, 32 starts, 30 starts, 40 starts. The first time she wasn't a full-time starter, basically, since 2015 was last year behind Caitlin Clark. The first time. This year started 23 games. Look at her numbers. You want to compare this? This is the difference. You got rid of this to bring on Sydney Colson. And Seattle is paying Erica Wheeler less money than Sydney Colson. Indiana's paying Sydney Colson more money than Seattle is paying Erica Wheeler. Don't believe me? Erica Wheeler contract. I'll bring it up. I mean, because I'm sure someone doesn't believe me. Erica Wheeler contract. $78,831. 1 year deal. 1 year deal. $78,831. You want to know what Sydney Colson's making? About 85 or 90. Sydney Colson contract. 1 year, $90,000. They are paying this broad more money than Erica Wheeler. And they let go of Erica Wheeler. And Erica Wheeler and Caitlin Clark became real tight. Erica Wheeler's contract last year, she was a free agent. She was a free agent. They chose to not re-sign her. They chose to sign someone who's worse than her for more money than Wheeler signed with Seattle. They didn't sign Erica Wheeler. I would never pay Erica Wheeler $200,000. I've known that Erica Wheeler is being paid less than Sydney Colson all season. She makes less money than Colson. They cut her. They got rid of her, and they signed Colson. Y'all don't get how incompetent this front office truly is. The front office is absolutely fucking incompetent. Kelly Crosskoff, Amber Cox, the whole lot of them, they're all fucking morons. Erica may have wanted more money, but you could have play the hand. You play it out. She wasn't going to go anywhere. She took less money to go to fucking Seattle. The only thing that you could possibly say is that Washington State has no state tax. I don't know what the state tax is in Indiana. What is the state tax in Indiana? It is 3.05%. So that's not a big enough tax to make that $12,000 difference. That $12,000 difference, that wasn't enough for 3%. They could have played the game with Wheeler, said, look, we want you back. We can pay you 90 grand. That's what we got. That's all we can do. You can test the market. If you can't get that, we got you. And what happened? She tested the market, or they decided to part ways, rather. Don't know. I mean, I might go to Seattle for that, Paula. Such a dirty mouth. Gosh. That would be a good reason. But nah, you make these decisions and then you sit here and you ask yourself, why is your franchise a mess? Why is your franchise a mess? Like, this is what you have. Kelly Crossoff, Amber Cox, and the clown show. The clown show. This is ridiculous. I think Skylar Diggins is really hot, but that's always been my opinion since college. She's actually cuter in college because she got a little too skinny. She's too muscular now. I've always thought Skylar Diggins was attractive, but hey, all I got is, I mean, this is what you got for a franchise, and y'all trust these people. I mean, you could have offered. You're right. You could have offered her $100,000. You could have offered her $100,000. You could have offered. You could have kept her, and you wouldn't be having this problem right now because Erica Wheeler doesn't miss games. Erica Wheeler does not miss games. People thought that, oh, this is gonna be a great thing. You get rid of fucking the lady before Lynn Dunn. You get rid of whoever else, and now you sit here. And now you've got dog shit upon dog shit. You've had, like, every decision that these women made has largely been dog shit. The decision to bring in Bonner, the decision to bring in Colson, the decision to bring in Bree Turner. About the only decision that has been good. I mean, I think Natasha Howard's been fine personally. I know people don't like her. I think she's been fine. Appreciate you, Kent. Thank you. I think Natasha Howard's been fine, but obviously the best decision has proven to end up being Sophie Cunningham, and it took a little bit because she kind of stunk for about the first 10, 12 games, and then she finally figured it out. She finally got it together. Now we have an excuse for Lexi Hull of an injury. Okay. All right. Doesn't change my opinion. I think Sophie Cunningham turned out to be the best decision they made. And you know what Sophie Cunningham did to come here, though? So you got to understand, Sophie Cunningham gave up a lot of money to come to Indiana. Sophie Cunningham gave up a lot of bread to come to Indiana. Y'all don't get it. I don't know if you realize that. Sophie Cunningham took half the salary to come to Indiana. Did you know that? I'm just curious. Did you know that? I doubt you did. Sophie Cunningham is making $100,000 this year. Sophie Cunningham's last contract with Phoenix was 2 years. So 2 years, $304,000. She was making 152, 250 a year. She lost $52,250. She was traded, but she signed. The reason she was traded was because she signed. They wouldn't if she wouldn't have signed, they wouldn't have traded for her. She lost $52,000. Yes, I think that Indiana might be inclined to play her tomorrow. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. You guys really think these endorsements are worth more than they are? I'm telling you right now, these endorsements for women's basketball are not worth what you think. They're not worth what you think. I don't. These women's endorsements in women's basketball for players that are averaging 8 points per game are not what you think. She's not making $1 million in endorsements. Please do not believe that. Please don't even put that in your brain. She came to Indiana because she wanted to play with fucking Caitlin Clark. She wanted to play with Caitlin Clark. It might be worth more than 50. It might be, but she lost. You can't discount. Like there's something that you cannot discount loss of salary and say, oh well, they made up for endorsements. They still lost money. By the way, I love Arby's too. I think Arby's is fantastic. I've always loved Arby's. I never understood how people can think that Arby's is bad. I think Arby's is fantastic. These endorsements are not what people think. She's not getting $1 million in endorsements. It's not happening. So, yeah. But you again, you're losing $52,000. Okay, let's say she's getting 150,000 in endorsements from being in Indiana. Let's just throw that out there. So now she's making 250. She still lost $52,000 in salary because endorsements cease. They don't last forever. 5 or 6 deals for 20, that's 120 grand. That's $120,000. She's literally just got fined. She's been fined like $3,000 already this year, hasn't she? I love Arby's. Arby's, people always look like I'm crazy. I think Arby's is fucking awesome. And people think that all they have is those roast beef sandwiches. They have so much more, but roast beef sandwiches are what I love. Mike G, I understand that, Mike G, but that's not why she came to Indiana. She didn't go to Indiana for the endorsement dollars. She went to Indiana to play with fucking Caitlin Clark. She went to Indiana to play with Caitlin Clark. So she sacrificed money in salary, guaranteed salary, to play with Caitlin Clark. That to me shows the type of person she is. And so tell me what endorsements Sophie Cunningham has right now, please. If anyone knows what endorsements does Sophie Cunningham right now, I have not seen one singular commercial of Sophie Cunningham this year. I remember the car thing in Phoenix. Tell me all the deals she has right now. If you know, let me know. I like Sophie Cunningham. I think I've told you that already. I don't know what y'all think that Caitlin Clark's paying someone else's fines. I'm not paying someone else's fines. Why would I do that? I think it's real funny that everyone says that Caitlin Clark is just going to pay everyone's fines. Okay, is she calling games for the Phoenix Mercury anymore now? No, she doesn't play there anymore. You think that Sophie Cunningham's going to get called back to cover games for the Phoenix Mercury this season? This season, you think the Phoenix Suns are going to have Sophie Cunningham do their games after she just told the world, I love my time in Arizona, but I am so much happier in Indiana. Come on. Come on. I didn't say she's a poor girl. You don't twist words. Can any of you afford to just give up $52,000 in paycheck? Any one of you? Tom Tide, no one gets paid off jersey sales. Educate you on this one. Nobody makes money off jersey sales in the WNBA. They're not paid off jersey sales. That's literally been the biggest point of contention that Kelsey Plum has had for multiple years. They do not get paid off of it. They don't make any money off of their jersey sales. That's what Kelsey Plum said. I ain't making that up. I haven't made that up. I'm not pocket watching anybody. I'm literally saying that she lost money to play for the Fever. That's not pocket watching. I'm literally complimenting I'm literally complimenting the person she is by saying she's given up to come play here. That's what I'm saying to you. Deja Kelly? Yeah, I've seen Deja Kelly. Deja Kelly. No, Deja Kelly is I mean, she could be serviceable. She could be serviceable. She could be serviceable. I'm just reading y'all comments. Yeah, no, Tom. That's the reality. That's why players have been going. That's the one thing that I think players have truly gotten screwed over with in the WNBA is that they do not make money off their merch sales. That's insane to me. Like you get money off your jersey sales now in college. Like name, image, and likeness gets you paid in college now, but name, image, and likeness does not get you paid off jerseys in the WNBA. It's bananas. It's bananas. It's bananas. Do you think that they're gonna keep her after she just insulted the entire Phoenix community? She literally just told them I'm much happier in Indiana. She gave them the double middle finger yesterday. Gave the double middle finger yesterday. WNBA is not a real league. I think we've established the WNBA is not much league. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. And I didn't do a video on this, and I'm not gonna do a video on this. But I do think that the comments that Diana Taurasi made in whatever video she was on, I don't know if them picks. I don't know. I don't presume that the Phoenix Suns, who own the Phoenix Mercury, are going to bring Sophie Cunningham to do their games next year after she just told the Phoenix community this. And I love that she did it, but I don't know that she's going to get a job with the Indiana Pacers, though, to do it. Maybe she will. Maybe she will. Maybe she will. I'm reading the comment here. Where did I miss? What did I miss? What was I saying? Shit, I almost got to rewind something. I forgot. I got distracted. You guys distracted me. All y'all comments arguing me about losing money. Like y'all could like people can typically afford to just give away fucking $52,000 in salary. 52,000 in salary. And y'all are literally arguing with me about, and I'm literally complimenting the woman. And y'all are making it about fucking endorsement deals that can go away anytime. God, what the fuck was I gonna say? Jesus Christ, you done screwed me up here, man. God dog it. Why don't y'all put comments like, Rudy, you're amazing. Rudy, you're nice. Rudy, you're awesome. Rudy, you're handsome. Your beard is banging, man. Something like that. That'll make me not lose my train of thought. Shit, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't mean Ben Daniel just messaged me, said, bring me Kennedy Carter. I love Arby's, man. I've always loved Arby's. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate all y'all. Diana Taurasi. Okay. Thank you, David Weiss. God bless you. God bless you. Diana Taurasi. She makes these comments. Now, we all think that Diana Taurasi's a piece of shit. Like, we all think this. I think that's a pretty fair assumption that most of us think that Diana Taurasi is fucking a piece of shit. Right? Would we all agree on that? So, Diana Taurasi says what she says about she had to go to Russia to go make money because when she came back to the US, she was dude, she's not getting 1.5 million in endorsements, Austin Graves. Get out of here. She's not getting 1.5 annual in endorsements. Not a chance in the world. But Diana Taurasi says what she says. And she says that the janitor was making more money than she was. Now, I'm gonna hope that that was the definition of a hyperbolic statement. But the fact that you're thinking about it is crazy. And this is some commentary that's been made by people. We're like, well, they haven't generated anything. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Professional basketball player should not the entertainment on the floor should not make less money than the guy emptying the fucking trash can. Russians, the Russian people were giving their money away. They weren't making money off the WNBA, off of these women's basketball teams. They weren't making money off this shit. So let's not. And I understand that there was someone out there that said that Russia's not a communist country. No, they're a socialist country. They're right there. The Soviet Union used to be a communist country. Now it's all pieced up, and Russia is basically a socialist nation. I mean, for Christ's sake, Russia right now is trying to overtake a country for the past how many years in the Ukraine and trying to take the fucking country from them. Like, that's not exactly a fucking nice country to go to. That's not exactly a nice country to go to here. Like, I wish if Arby's would give me a sponsorship. Are you kidding? By the way, I don't know what y'all trying to make some fat jokes and shit. I'm only 250 pounds, bro. I don't know what y'all think this is. I don't know what y'all think this is. I'm only 250 pounds. I am some 325-pound person right now, or 350. But the Russian oligarchs are all billionaires who don't care if they lose money. They're happy to give their money away for entertainment. What do you think they're charging for tickets to these games in these barns in Russia? Like they're not charging shit to go to those games. This is live, Marlon. This is live. We went live because of this. I forgot it's gone. I took it off the screen. Aari McDonald and Sydney Colson out with catastrophic, for the season. And I figured I might as well do this. I'm not 5'2", motherfucker. You're 5'2", Nick. So yeah, they don't care about losing. It's like this guy in Saudi Arabia right now bringing all these fights to Saudi. He's not even spending his own damn money. He's spending the country's money to overpay these fighters. They're not making profit on these fights. They're not making fucking profit when they pay Anthony Joshua $90 million for a boxing match. Aari McDonald broke her foot, Marlon. She broke her foot. Hey, Rooster, if you're 6'4" and 250 and you think you're fat, that's a personal issue. Maybe our builds are different. Maybe our builds are different. I have a fat ass. I got thick thighs. I don't have a massive beer gut. That's what I can tell you that right now. I don't have a massive beer gut. So yeah, those like that guy in Saudi's not making. They're not making money off that shit. They're losing money. They're losing money. They're paying Alexander Usyk $100 million for a boxing match. They're not making bread off of that shit. They're not even putting that crap on pay-per-view now. They're not even putting that on pay-per-view. I got a fat ass, man. See, So, yo, I'm sorry. Like this is not. So when she says what she says and says I'm making less money than the janitor, I feel her. And then there's people saying, "Oh well, You don't understand economics. Well, you know what? Then close your fucking league. If you can't pay people, then don't have a league. That's the whole thing. If you cannot pay people, don't have a league. Don't have a damn league, man. If you can't afford to pay players, don't have a league. I'm not saying they should get paid millions, because that's just stupid. I'm not taking my shirt off. You didn't earn that. I need a couple $100 in fucking chats to take off my shirt. There's gonna be a line in the sand for shirts coming off. $75,000 a year barely gets you an apartment in Miami-Dade County right now. Just let you know, Kenny D. I don't know where you live. I know where I live. You can't even get Nick. You know where you live. Can 75,000 rent you a decent apartment in Miami-Dade County? Thank you, K-Sag. Can 75,000 rent you an apartment in Miami-Dade? They can't. Do you know what apartments are renting for right now in South Florida? Apartments in South Florida. Kenny D, you're in the Treasure Coast. What's the rent in the Treasure Coast, bro? I know where the Treasure Coast. I cover the Treasure Coast. Vero Beach, Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie. That's the place where everyone from down here is going to move to, and now turning y'all damn freaking mortgages and home property values and putting them through the roof to where the people that live there can't even afford this shit anymore. You can't afford a $75,000, and this sounds ridiculous, but in the United States, in South Florida, $75,000 when I was younger was great. If I made 75 grand when I was 25, I would have been in fucking heaven. I would have been in heaven. Your rent's $2,700. Now do the math on $75,000. Can you afford $2,700 a month on 75 grand? No. You have to go play somewhere else. You can't afford 2,700. 2,700 times 12 is 32,000 in rent. That's damn. What 75,000 after taxes? Let's just go 20%. So you half the fucking money you got go to the pays the rent. Man, shit. You can't rent apartments like for Nick. You can't rent an apartment for 2,700 for 4 months. That rent goes up. Short-term rents go up. I'm gonna tell you this right now. That's a lot of goddamn money, man. That's New York. Can you imagine 75,000 in New York City? Nick, you're missing the point. I'm saying that if you can't afford to pay your players, and you can't, as a billionaire, afford to pay players and afford to lose money, if you can't afford to lose money as an owner of a WNBA franchise, you shouldn't have one. You shouldn't have one. You shouldn't have one. The reality is most owners in most professional sports were losing their shirts on the professional franchises, sports franchises were not money makers in the U.S. for many, many, many years. For many, my property taxes are like 9 right now. It's gone out of control. My insurance has doubled in the last 7 and 8 years. Doubled in Florida. If you can't afford to keep your business open, then you close your business. The New York Yankees might be the only franchise that I can know that's always made money, and even they probably lost money at some point because the 80s, no one was going to their games. And if you shut the WNBA down, I'm not going to argue with you on it. But don't sit here and people acting like, oh, there are things about this that I think are fucked up for these women. Like I genuinely think are fucked up for these women, are not right. If you can't afford to fucking to lose money as an NBA team owner or WNBA team owner, you shouldn't have a team. You shouldn't have a team. People in Russia don't give a shit. This is entertainment. This is like I'm paying to go to the movies. except I own it. Like, I could sell my house today, but I don't know where the fuck I'd move. TV contracts are what have made professional franchises worth money. Correct, Duke. That's exactly what's made it. And in the 80s, most teams were losing money. You still had to pay the players. You still had to pay the players. Excuse me. You still have to pay players. So yeah, if I'm her, I feel for her because she's saying I'm the best player in the world. Think about this. Does the best bowler in the world make more than 75 grand? Diana Taurasi was at one point the best women's basketball player in the world. The best bowler makes more than that. The best pool player makes more. And don't tell me the Pool Association of America or whatever the fuck produces more revenue than the WNBA or more profit than the WNBA. Like, no. People are giving $250 million right now to buy a franchise. So I feel what she's saying. I think it's a little bit messed up. If you can't afford to lose money as an owner, you shouldn't own a team. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't care what they're losing, Nick. I don't give a shit. They chose to own a WNBA franchise. That's them. They made that decision. They made that decision. Go watch the Jerry Buss movie and see what they were doing, where they were almost at. Where that situation was with the Lakers. The Lakers were losing money in the 70s. The Lakers were broke from what I've read. Maybe the average one. I want to know what the best one in the world makes because Taurasi was the best basketball player in the world. You're not hearing me, Nick. They're losing money off everything except for salary. Again, if you can't afford it, shut your shit down. Shut your shit down. Shut your shit down. That's the minimum. You can't afford it, shut down. Close the league. End it. End it. At least these people will have you have players that play men that play overseas. You have men that play overseas. But they know they're playing overseas. They know they're not going to play in the NBA because they're not good enough. They're not good enough. So they're playing overseas. So they literally move to live in different countries. That's not the case. These are the best. These are the best players. These are the best players in their profession. I'm not giving you a number. There is no number. There is no number, Nick. There's no number. You can't afford to lose money. Sell your fucking team. You can't afford it. Sell it. That's it. That's it. You can't afford it. Sell it. Diana Taurasi should not be making less than the janitor. Does the fucking president of the team create revenue? Let me ask you, Nick, how much money has Pat Riley made the Miami Heat? He don't play. How much money has Pat Riley made the Miami Heat? He don't play. So the only people that suffer are the players, right? I'm not copying out the shit. Unlimited bankroll. If you don't have it, you should own a team. Unlimited bankroll. You can't afford it, don't have a team. There's no number, Nick, because we don't know what the real numbers are. We don't know what actual numbers are. So you don't have a number either. Because Pat Riley has never made the Miami Heat one single dollar because Pat Riley has never put on a fucking jersey. He's never put on one jersey. But he cashes his check every fucking 2 weeks. Should he make more money than the players? Should he make more money than the players? Eric Spoelstra does not make more. Well, until recently, Eric Spoelstra wasn't making more money than the players on his team. The coaches don't make more money than the WNBA. Their coaches are making more money than every single player. Does that make sense to y'all? Suits don't generate revenue. The players do. The talent does. There's a reason that coaches get fired before players get cut or traded. Should players make more money than the president of the world? Who the fuck is the president of the world, genius? Who the fuck is the president of the world? Being that they have different countries in this world. Wow. Oh my God. The coaches make more money than their players, and it's actually not even close. Nick, you made yourself sound really stupid there. The president of the world. And the U.S. No, it's a governmental job. That's not the same thing. It's a governmental job. Governmental jobs don't get paid shit. The president of the United States should be the highest paid player. The president of the United States should be the highest paid person in the United States of America. Realistically. You just said the president of the world, dumbass. Shit. You said that shit. And yes, I think the president of the United States should be the highest paid person in the country. He runs the country. But that's not the case. It's a governmental position. It's a governmental position. So no, the president's not going to make the most because the tax dollars. You're a taxpayer. Would you want to pay the president of your country $500 million a year? Exactly, Connie. So no, I'm not paying the president $500 million a year. I don't even think Trump makes any money. I think he gives his money back and donates it back because he's a billionaire. Well, the boring broads you're watching them, and I'm telling you right now, the coach is more boring than the players, and the coach should not make $500,000 while you got the best player the best player in the world right now is making $78,000 a year. $78,000 a year while her coach is making $500,000. How much is White making? Is she making $500K? Stephanie White's salary. 500 estimated to be $500 to $1 million a year. Reports suggest she made shit. The fuck out of here. Can you imagine if Stephanie White's making almost $1 million to coach? Fucking A, man. Can you imagine that shit? 500, almost $1 million to coach. She's making more money than Caitlin, Aaliyah, Chelsea Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull combined. She's making almost as much probably as her top 7 players combined. only freaking league in this country where the coaches are making more money than the players. So if you can't afford the fucking players, how the fuck do you afford the coach? How do you afford the coach? Anyone have any idea? How do you afford the coach when you can't afford to pay the players? That's why we don't have real numbers. We don't know. Yeah, they've lost money. Great. Keep losing it. Your player should not be making less than the janitor. The fact that you have to think about that shit is crazy. The fact you got to think about the fact that a player can potentially be making less than the janitorial staff. And not just any player, but the player who's the best in the world. So yeah, I do think there's legitimate gripes for these women. And if you're going to keep the league open, despite losing money, if you're going to keep the league open, you need to pay people. You need to pay people. Great. How many of those employees are making more than Caitlin Clark right now? How many of those 1,000 employees in the WNBA are making more money than Caitlin Clark right now? How many are making more than how how much does Kathy Engelbert make? Kathy Engelbert salary. I wonder if they made it private. Kathy Engelbert's salary, Kathy Engelbert's exact salary is unavailable. It's publicly unavailable. She was making $3 million as the CEO of Deloitte. So you can probably assume that she's making at least $1 million a year, but I would probably guess closer to 3. But you can't pay the players. Okay. Who's the what's the executives in the WNBA? Let's see here. WNBA league executives. Leadership. Oh, this is the fucking WMPPA. How much do you think Amber Cox is making? Amber Cox salary. Oh my god. Oh my god. Folks, I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this, man. Amber Cox's salary information is available for her role. This is AI, so take it as a grain of salt because I can't confirm nor deny. I can't confirm it. She made in 2022 $56,708 in pay, with benefits reaching $100,231.17, according to Transparent California. She was the recreation supervisor too. Is this the same person? This can't be the same person, is it? Was she like a fucking park wreck? This can't be the same Amber. Is it real? No, there's no way. There's no way. Okay, I got to now go through Wikipedia. No, there's no way she was like a fucking camp counselor, dude. That can't be it. That can't be it. That can't be it. Okay, that can't be it. No, 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 no. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. See, this is why you can't always trust AI. You can't always trust AI because this shit is off the wall. There was an Amber Cox, a public school official who made 58 grand. Yeah, there's a lot of teachers named Amber Cox. Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, you can't find these people's salaries, man. These people hide their salary. You know how when they announce a coach's salary, the president's salary, all this shit? Yo, like you can find information. Like they don't provide information on the WNBA. Who is the COO of the WNBA? Ann Sarnoff is the COO of the WNBA. Okay, WNBA president Val Ackerman. He's okay. Let's see what this guy makes. What does Val Ackerman make? That's a woman. Shit. Val Ackerman. Okay. Wait, is this it? Is this correct? Oh, she's now. Oh, she's moved. Well, she was making over $1 million with the Big East, so I don't have her. She definitely didn't take no damn pay cut. I can guess that Val Ackerman, the president of the WNBA, is making over $1 million a year. Because as the commissioner in the Big East, she was making over $1 million a year. What does Ann Sarnoff make in salary? And Sarnoff is if this is the same one. If this is the same Ann Sarnoff, I'm not sure. This one makes like almost 400,000 when she was with PayPal. I'm not sure. They hide their shit, bro. These people are hiding their fucking money. So if I'm a player, yeah, I'm pretty ticked off, man. You can't. Yeah, I can't find any salary shit over a player level. It's crazy. Um, yeah. Us techies in California hide the shit. uh, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. So basically, all the executives in the WNBA make more than the players. The coaches make more than the players. Everybody make money in the WNBA except for the actual players. Now, let me ask you this: do you think that's right? I can't believe I'm arguing on behalf of the WNBA players. But do you think that's right? Do you think that's right? You can't possibly think that's right. Because if the game is such trash, they shouldn't be able to afford to pay all these people to have jobs. It's not right. If the players on the court cannot produce revenue, then the people that are being paid to run the shit shouldn't be making any money because they shouldn't make any money at all. The league should shut down. It's wrong. So yes, we are now defending player salaries. And we can all, I'm defending fucking Diana Taurasi. I made less than the fucking janitor. But at least you got some sneakers, right? Just Jesus. The problem is Diana Taurasi has a way of saying things that make her sound like an absolute fucking bitch. Like that's the problem. There's nothing endearing about her. So when she speaks, you don't actually listen because she's just such a nasty motherfucker, right? She's just such a nasty person, right? She's unpleasant, right? So it's hard to have any empathy for her when she's so nasty. 1,000 employees in the WNBA. I gotta find that thing, man. So it's crazy. But man, people, let's see. Yeah, everyone else is getting paid money except for the players. This is what's crazy. It looks like everyone else is taking a chunk except for the people that actually put the product out there. You know, and whether the product stinks or not, if the product is so bad and you're making no bread as a freaking league, then shut the motherfucker down. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Kathy Englebert's making probably $3 million a year. If coaches are making 500 to a million, the commissioner's making three times that. How much? Roger Goodell for the NFL, he makes like 60 million a year, right? He makes like something like $60 million a year. Can you imagine? Like, what does he actually do? Roger Goodell makes 63.9 million per year. What does he actually do? What does he do? What the fuck does this guy do? And we're sitting here mad about the damn quarterback salary. Nick, you're mad about quarterback salaries. How do you feel about Roger Goodell making $63.9 million per season? What does he do? He creates money. He didn't create that money. He didn't create any of it. That train was being built before he got there. He didn't do any of that shit. Paul Tagliabue, the people before him, he just took over. I think Patrick Mahomes makes the NFL more money than Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell's cost the NFL a truckload of money in lawsuits because he just didn't tell these old players when you hit your head on the wall 100 times a day, it fucking isn't good for you. But anyhow, I don't know if this person here was making a comment about me saying I was nasty and unpleasant. I don't even know what that means. So I'm not even going to respond. Don't know. Don't know. But I'm happy to be Pete Rozelle, Paul Tagliabue. Those guys are the ones that built the league. Thank you, Duke. Roger Goodell just took over. Nah, I mean he's getting paid by the owners in the WNBA are billionaires too. The WNBA owners are billionaires too. The guy that just bought the damn trying to buy the Connecticut Sun, he's worth like $7 billion. Like they're a lot of them, most of them are billionaires. The Phoenix guy, he's a billionaire. They're all billionaires. What does the average pay for a Canadian Football League player? No, their average pay is like 200,000 American, I think, something like that. It's not that crazy. I don't know that you have players making $1 million. They're not as billionaire as you think, Duke. Stephen Ross. Let's see. I can tell you what Stephen Ross's net worth is. He's a Dolphins owner. Stephen Ross net worth is 18.4 billion. It's nothing at Mickey Harrison's net worth is 10 billion. I mean, what's $8 billion? Not a whole lot because the billions. How is that big of a deal? Yeah, average 150,000 American. Anyhow, folks, I'm done for this, man. I appreciate y'all jumping on board. This was, like I said, impromptu, wasn't planned. Dan Gilbert for the Cleveland Cavaliers, his net worth is 30 billion, almost double Stephen Ross, and he's the NFL owner. But nonetheless, I don't have much left on this one. Sucks. Oh, 150 Canadian, Nick? Oh, that's fucking, oh, Jesus, that's terrible. We'll see what happens. They play tomorrow against the Chicago Sky. Oh, man. I'm going to have a video dropping that I'm going to record in the next few minutes because I need to do one. And it was my plan. But this popped up. And Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer for the Clippers. That guy's, what is Steve Ballmer's net worth? His net worth is 146 billion. He's probably richer than all the NFL owners. All the NFL owners. Larry Ellison. He's worth 303 billion. What the fuck is going on? Bill Gates is poor now. He only 116 billion because he gave half of it to his ex-wife. But y'all have a great day, man. Appreciate all y'all. If you want to, hey, you know what? You want to continue this conversation? I mean, I'm not going to be in the room because I got work to do. But if you want to, feel free to jump on over into the Discord server. Here is the link. If you want to jump on board there, go to Discord, join the Discord. You got a bunch of people that will be chopping it up. If you're interested, feel free. Love to have you jump on board. If you haven't followed me yet on Twitter, remember my other Twitter got smacked, so I have to use my other one, Rudy's Rant. Please do follow there. I haven't gotten an invitation to be on a show. I don't know if I'm being messaged on the wrong Twitter, but yeah, I haven't gotten an invitation. There were some people that got invited today. I mean, I don't know if y'all heard the Pope. He went in. He said the women shouldn't even have a basketball league. God damn. He went in on that shit. And there was a comment made by the other guy, and I have some thoughts on that. I appreciate all y'all. If you haven't done so, like the video. Appreciate all y'all. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do hit that subscribe button. I appreciate once again, everybody. This is Rudy's Rant, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.